welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. The Ducks ready to kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone. It's Cotton. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The screen, and watch out. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch. Get him involved. You know, receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. The run inside. It's Fletcher. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Off play action. The sure hands. It's Gilbert. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Takes the handoff. It's Fletcher. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll go right back to him. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Just a short pass to the tight end. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Trying the left side. Turning it on. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going with the counter play here. Makes a man miss. Might have a chance. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Throwing, Mensah. That's caught. It's Gilbert. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. And the Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
The Hurricanes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Running inside, it's Fletcher. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. First play of the period, first down here. They'll run play action. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understanding his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Mensah. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Fires complete on the crosser. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Here's Mensah to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. The long pass down. They couldn't hook up.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. We're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and...
There's a crease. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
It really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now, today, because of all the great running backs they've had here recently, if you get into the 2nd level, you're expected to go to the house. This guy has that kind of skill.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The run inside. It's Davison. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. He might want another play. Dante Moore throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Going to the run, it's Davison. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Here we go, ready. Flag 14, flag 14.
So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Touchdown, Ducks! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards, and they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Lyle. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Plucks it out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Steps away to find some room. On the run, deep down the right side. He's got it along the sideline. Finally, they get him out of bounds, and what a big pickup there as they get the first down. And the Canes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Making side adjustments here. Throwing more. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes a grab for a big play. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He'll be knocked down, but not before doling out some punishment and getting 7.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. And the Ducks are flying down the field. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9.
Here we go. Ready. 20, ready, go.
Moore. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen. screen passes, it just never developed.
That's really good eye discipline by the safety. Great job not getting his eyes lost. It looks like pass immediately. He locks in on the running back. He sees the screen develop, fires upfield, pulls the trigger, and makes the tackle.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the first down.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. Trying to keep this drive alive. And they'll make the tackle for no gain, get the stop, and get the ball back.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Throwing, Mensah. That's reeled in. It's Gilbert. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And the Canes want to move quickly.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Timeout called as the play clock had gotten down to 3 seconds. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Fletcher. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
Really nice job by the running back setting up that angle route. He's making it look like he's running to the flat, and then he puts his foot in the ground, cuts back across the defender's face, and makes himself an easy target for the quarterback.
Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, this is a big moment for this offense, too, because you want to capitalize off getting the turnover, right? You just threw an incompletion. Now you got a big down coming up. You've got to find a way to make a play here so that you can generate points and capitalize off of the opponent's mistake.
And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not Columbus, Ohio. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. He understands both teams are in the top 25. Both teams are quality with a lot of talent on the rosters. But he believes this stadium can make a difference. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football. They have been pumping in crowd noise all week at practice to make sure they are prepared for this moment. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Took a chance on that return, and it did not pay off as he's out of bounds at the 10. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Looking for a gap. It's Hill.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. He's in open space downfield. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
From the gun on 3rd down. Looking to the big tight end. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Corrals it at the 45. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Open on the left side, it's Smith. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double-team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Motion from the wide receiver. To throw, it's Sayin. Zings it complete to the right. Never gives anyone a clean shot at him. He's down to the 34.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Running inside. It's Jackson. There's a little room there. Touchdown, Ohio State. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, one touch, one touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Now here's more. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on third down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position.
Oh, they faked it, snapped it to the up man. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the first down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
Nice move there. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Here's more to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. On the ground with the counter. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Here comes the offense on second down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Moore unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Oh, he found a space on the right. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
And what a nice ball. You can see he sees him running the corner route, lays it out in front, catches the ball, and nice job catching the ball and then doing what? Getting upfield, not running out of bounds, not getting pushed out, not getting tackled. Nice job after the catch, getting vertical, getting to the end zone.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And he tacks on the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Fires to the middle. Oh, and he drops it on the crossing route on first down. He knew that defense was bearing down on him. It'll be second down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but Oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
Throws to the back. Right on target this time. Speeding down the right side. Past the 20. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. The run inside. It's Hill. A collision, and he's stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Moore with the play fake. Escapes the pressure to his right. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And he's just kind of proven that he's difficult to defend. When I'm playing defense, and we've seen him have success throwing the ball through the air, but now, nice job dropping back, trying to force the ball down the field, but does a really smart thing. Just kind of tucks it, takes off, and gets the first down. This guy's showing you a little bit of everything today.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration.
Interception! You don't see him make that kind of mistake very often. They got him down quickly after the pick, but he'd already made the biggest play, and they've got it at the 38.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. Discards him with the stiff arm. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. And the Buckeyes trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Julian with the play fake. He wants it all. Just about picked off in the end zone, and that would have put a stop to this scoring threat. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Sayin. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Man, you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
Got it outside. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. On the run from inside his own 5. Rams him with the stiff arm. Forced out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, and that's the kind of play that can really get a drive going. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, running back gets to give. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Here comes the offense on first down. Throwing more. He's not afraid to go deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you, and I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
To the air, it's Sayin. Release to the back. Complete. Breaks into the open. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. Once he got some room, it was over.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
He'll bring it out. It's Davison. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Moore gets it away off his back foot. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They want to throw it. Got his man on the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Ducks headed quickly to the line.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage.
Going to take a shot. Brings it down on the right side. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Here's Moore to throw. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard.
Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a time window that oftentimes determines games, and you're seeing it potentially happen here. It was critical the offense was able to go down, drive the field, and score a touchdown here late in the first half, knowing they get the ball back first in the second half. And if they go out right away in the second half and good things happen, this game takes on a completely different feel.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Here's Sayin to throw. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. Rushes on him. Got his man. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. Not a chance. Missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. And the Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with that.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Say it. Here comes the heat. They get to him as he throws.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Sayin from the gun on third down. Got his man. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And I tell you what, when you drop back and you know you got that slot work in the middle of the field and you know how fast he is, you just wait for him to come open, throw that strike, and you know he'll take care of the rest. Nice throw, nice catch.
Here's a heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
There we go, defense. That's the play you needed to have. All night long, you've been giving up big ones to this offense. That's why you're in the position you're in right now, down by multiple possessions. But finally, they come away with their first sack.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Throwing, say it. Finds his big tight end. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
He wants to go deep. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Taking it the other way. They get him on the ground at the 33-yard line, but the interception, the turnover, has given this offense a great shot. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
On the run, it's Davison. Fights off a defender. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Hang on, Swoopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. It's complete to the left. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. They'll run the sneak for it. And he's not even close to the line to gain, and the defense makes the stop.
I like the idea to go for it there on fourth down. You're basically at midfield, and you've got to have confidence in your guys to be able to go out. You've got experience in this offense. Guys have made these types of plays before. That time, the defense stepped up. They bowed up and made a better play and take over. Now you need your defense to get on the field in a sudden change situation and get you the football back.
Here's Julian saying to throw. Quickly complete. Maybe some room here. He's at the touchdown Buckeyes. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28, and a pretty good job by the coverage unit. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. Dante Moore bringing the heat, looking deep down the right side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Ducks will hustle to the line.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Fires to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
tip. Go! Ready! Flag 14! Flag 14! Go, go! Good job, man. Good job. Ready! Wide 53! Wide 53! Go, go! Here we go, ready! Red 80! Red 80! Go, go! Down, ready! Wide 80, ready, go! Ready, ready! Flag 88, go, go! Down, ready! Red 54, red 54! Right 80, go! Down, ready! Blue 22, blue 22! Right 80, go! Ready! Red 18, red 18! Ready, go! Ready! Blue 85, blue 85! Ready, go!
Welcome to the Big House in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is one of the best environments in all of sports, and it is rocking here today. It's the New Mexico State Aggies against the Michigan Wolverines. Great to have Holly Rowe join us reporting from the sidelines. Holly?
Michigan went through one of the most dramatic off seasons we've ever seen in college football, but they have steadied the ship, hiring longtime head coach Kyle Whittingham, who is highly respected and highly thought of in this industry. Whittingham has brought some stability to that program. We'll see if he's able to get the same results on the field with a talented roster. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Holly. The Aggies will kick it away to start us off. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. So the Michigan Wolverines offense is up first today. He's a young receiver that's earned the trust of his quarterback and really all of his offensive teammates. His career's off to a great start.
Chris, it feels like every single year we've got these young players around the country ready to step in and contribute at the wide receiver position. This is different than that. I just think that high school football has prepared these guys, in particular on the outside, better than ever.
Makes a nice move there. Look out, he's got space ahead. Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Play action here on first down. Swarm for the pass rush. A sack.
Give a lot of credit to this defense here because this is the right play call. They're trying to utilize the success of the last snap, an explosive run, and they're trying to throw play action and get these safeties down in the box and take a big shot over the top. Defense was ready. Nobody bites, and the defensive line is able to get up the field and get after the quarterback.
Now they'll take a quick timeout here to avoid the delay of game. Now left with 2 of them here in the first half. After the sack on first down, it's second down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. A deep shot to the left side. And it's hauled in. What a catch. Now here he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. He broke away and they couldn't catch him.
We can't start any better than that as an offense. You get that ball, you go right down the field for a score. You know, a lot of times these offensive coordinators create scripts, the first 10 or 15 plays. They map them out during the week. Well, this one was mapped out perfectly.
And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So New Mexico State's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. Shotgun handoff here. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
This is a great example from this defense of how to stop the RPO. 1, stay home. don't give the quarterback a definitive read. That encourages him to just hand off the football. That's kind of his base read. And Chris, once he does so, then you fly to the football, you play with great effort, and you tackle in space, which they're able to do. Really good timing from this secondary. The contact arrives right when the ball arrives, and it's able to dislodge it. Great job from them. Incomplete pass.
On third down, he drops to throw. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Open field ahead. Right. Now here he goes. At the 20. Finally brought down to the 12. An explosive play puts him in great scoring position. And the Aggies looking to run some tempo here. The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the defense smothers him for no gain. We have an injured Aggies player now down on the field. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Got an opening here. They finally corral him at the 1. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. He keeps it on a design run. Motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation. Tight ball game, and they drive the length of the field. Great execution from...
It's blocked. Oh, and they picked it up. The 50. The 40. Out past the 30. At the 10. And he takes it all the way back for 2 points to reclaim the lead. Wow.
Outstanding hustle to get the block, and then the scoop and the score going the other direction. That is great stuff from this defense.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And the Wolverines offense is back on the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, they trap him for a sack.
It looks to me like this quarterback is really struggling seeing the defense. This is just zone defense, and you can tell he's not very comfortable, and he's sitting in the pocket. He doesn't understand where his eyes should start and where he should go with the football, and because of that,
He fires this throw and is intercepted. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway at the 26-yard line is huge.
Chris, I think the
Houston, Texas, today at NRG Stadium, as we are going to find out who will go home as champions of the Kinder's Texas Bowl. Another opportunity to put on the headgear and finish this season on a winning note comes in the Texas Bowl. It's the Florida Gators and the Texas State Bobcats. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in with Coach Kinney before the game. As you know, the Pac-12 is trying to rebuild and reload and get back to a conference of dominance in college football. So this game has even more importance here today. They cannot afford to lose to a Power 4 school. They've got to show that they are still a conference of significance here in college football, and that will be played out on the field today. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Bobcats offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. And you get the idea that he'll be keeping an eye on the kind of day his counterpart is having for their offense.
Man, I've been waiting for this game for a long time, Reese, after everything you just said. Do not blink, do not go to the bathroom, because both of these offenses can score quickly. These passing attacks are two of the most dangerous in the entire country, and it's always fun when you get to this first game now, because it's one thing to do it in practice, but you can't wait to get out and finally do it against a live defense. When you've got quarterback play and you've got weapons catching the ball like these offenses have, boy, oh boy, you know it's just going to be exciting.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And he'll be brought down.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the play fake. Unloads to the right. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Fakes to grab. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's 4th down.
Well, on that 3rd down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after the catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up 4th.
Punt is on its way. And the ball will bounce it to 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Florida Gators offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Frankly, they've been looking forward to this matchup all week. The coaching staff imploring him to go after this guy. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. A strike downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field, too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Penalties like that will just drive you nuts and ruin drives. Here comes 2nd and 14. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the pass is incomplete on 4th down, but hold on just a second. We've got to see what the flag's about. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Jackson gonna throw it. Pulls it in. It's Sparks. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Burgess. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.